Yes, very, yes, girl, relax us. I'm trying. Okay, and this is why I haven't told the affair because I feel like it's going to take me forever to get through that because I remember every detail of a movie. Why is that? I don't know. I don't know why I remember movies so good. That's just the way it is. Like, for instance, when I was younger, my mom would tell me to tell her about a movie we went to go see. And she said, you know, as long as I got you, I don't even have to go see a movie because you tell the story so good. Okay, so I'm a good storyteller. That's definitely, I think that's, yeah, always been that way. I used to tell stories to my little sisters and them and read to them and make up stories for them. Definitely a good storyteller. Let me get my list. Shout out to Brittany, and she says she suffered with depression and anxiety, and my videos really make her feel calm and has helped her. And she sent me love and light. Love and light, Brittany. I am so glad that you enjoy my videos. Sending you all my strength and love when you need it the most. Okay, Tina asked me what lipstick was I wearing inside of the pizza video. And eyeshadow. I was wearing the MAC eyeshadow and the Too Faced red liquid lipstick. Hi, Illy. Illy sent kisses from Brazil. She said T-E. She said, I think she said, it's T-E-E-U-M-O. So, T-M-O, Brazil. I think I said U-M-O, Brazil. Okay. Hi. Thank you, Illy. Jerome Maureen requested a chewing gum makeup again. You see this? Look, I did a chewing gum makeup, so make sure y'all notifications on so when a video hit, you will see it. Rebecca Stewart and her best friend watches my video. She suffered from insomnia and PTSD, and my videos really help her. Hi, Rebecca and her best friend. Hey y'all, Jermala. I think it's Jermala or Jeremiah Beasley said that they hate when people judge me or call me ignorant for the videos that I do without reaching for themselves. I know that's right. Peace, Elena said thank you, Spirit, for making the world a better place. Oh, and a big heart to all of the people who put first, made my videos first, hit that door. Thank you so much. One of my special videos, I finally got the front seat. That's right. Okay, y'all, so let's start this video vlog.
Spirit in the light. Before I close my eyes, beautiful, timeless life. Imagine you touch me, send tingles down my spine. You help me feel alive.
Welcome back to ASMRTheChew. Today, you guys, I'm going to open up a package from one of our Spirit of Lights that sent it. I was vlogging and thinking video 9, it says. I've never seen these before. What is this? It's paprika peppers premium. I don't know. Are they gonna be hot? Okay. I don't know if they're gonna be hot, but we gonna try them. Oh my goodness! It says Martes España. Martes España. I think it says peppers, but papilla. I think that's in Spanish. I'm so excited. Okay, y'all. Let me take this gum out my mouth. I might only supposed to cook with these, but I'm gonna taste it. They smell good. Oh my gosh. Smell it. Smell so good. Okay, here we go. I had to build myself up for it, because what if it's hot? Let me taste the juice first. Pickly. Actually, it's shocking. It's not even hot. Not that I know of yet. Tastes it's like pickled peppers. It's got an unusual taste. Yeah, you're definitely supposed to cook with these. I'll never taste nothing like this. God, it's sour. They actually really got never. These are so unique. They're so different. Child, they try to kill me with the sour, but it's good. They're very delicious and they're unique, so I'm definitely gonna cook with these. Thank you so much. I love you, girl. Okay, so I got a few seconds left on my camera before my battery died. Let me show you a few of the things I picked up from the Dollar Tree. These are so cute. I picked up some Mentos Crunch. This right here is Dream. Oh, child, Nadine gonna have a bit. Honey roasted. Honey bunches of oats. Okay, my battery died. Let me Lifetime pure black pepper. Child, I almost feel like I can smell the pepper over those days. I think about just those days, okay? Okay. I got the Optimum White Colgate, and I got the Colgate Maximum White Strip. I don't know if they're saying bright strips inside or what, but anyway, that's what I got. $1 a piece. Okay. Now you know that's some good pepper. Oh my God. Okay, I got a thermometer for a freaking $1. Yes. Me and Nadine, we always like, as soon as we feel hot, we feel like we coming down with something, so we got the thermometer. We don't know if we got a fever or not. Wet and Wild Lashes. Child, I be spending like $3.99, $5.99, $6.99 lashes. $1. One freaking $1. I don't really buy canned goods, but the other day I was making some veggie baked beans and I had to open that sucker up with a knife. So I bought me a can opener. It's $4. I hope it's good, sturdy. Texas beef hot sauce. Yes. Yes, honey. Yes. Yes, did y'all see the way I did my mukbang the other night? I had to get me some Texas beef hot sauce. My kids be drinking it. This whitening strip called Reach. I bought the whitening pen the other day and I tried it. It looks like it's working pretty good. So then I bought the white strips because I gotta go to the dentist and get a teeth cleaning, but I have to wait on my coins. I have to wait. Everything is just like super tight right now. So anything I could get for $1 that will help Mama Spirit out. Because you know Mama Spirit love coffee. And coffee always stay in my freaking teeth. Especially in the front because when I was a little girl, I lived on the 9th floor in the projects, and me and my friends went roller skating down the stairs. My mother used to always say, don't put them skates on until you get outside. And my friends was like, let's roller skate down the stairs. And I was with my bad cousin. Oh my God. Okay, Nadine spoke out, so I have to go. So I know she don't want to talk. But I went rolling down the stairs, y'all. I was like, oh my God, I'm beating. I was like, rolling down the stairs, holding on to the pole. Going downstairs, then all of a sudden I lost the pole. I didn't grab it in time enough. I went all the way down the stairs, and I fell on my face, and my front teeth cracked completely in half. So they fixed it with like a cat right here in front. And whenever I drink coffee, they start to stain. So I'm constantly fighting with trying to keep them white. But Jeanette, I'm getting older. So let me tell you, when it's time for them to come out, I'm going to replace them with some fake teeth, okay? So I don't have to worry about trying to keep them white, okay? Well, my teeth is not white like Okay, so my camera basically died, and also got this brown eyeliner pencil, and this two came in a pack for a freaking $1, and this color is I think it's the dark brown. I'm hoping that it actually goes on really nice. It's called Color Mate. It's worth trying, because $1, if it doesn't work that good, you didn't really lose anything. Yeah, and then my daughter went to Sally's, and she had got us a whole bunch of new hair product, moisturizer, deep condition for our natural hair, and she spent over $39, so they gave her a tote bag, and she gave that to me, which is so cute. It's so cute. Yep. So I am going to be rocking my tote bag. It's so cute. It's so big. Actually, I feel, oh, look at that. I feel like you can use this for the beach and traveling. Which is definitely in my cards. So yeah, this will be a cute change of clothes, cute tote bag for the beach or something like that, or going on a long drive, a road trip or something like that. It is so super cute. Yeah. So when Dream saw it, he said, "Mom, why do you have a white bag? Oh my God, you're going to have makeup all over it." So no, I didn't buy it. Definitely was a gift from Sally's, which is a really nice gift. I absolutely love it. But yeah, I'm in the kitchen this morning because I'm going to take my vitamins, my B complex, my calcium, my vitamin D, and my iron. And I was going to go back to bed. I was going to make me something hot to drink, and then, you know, turn on the news or something and go to sleep a little while. But then Nadine, she did wake up, and we talked for about an hour, and we're going walking now. So we're on our way leaving out the house, and I may stop because I still need groceries. I need to go to the grocery store. I need eggs and almond milk. What else do I need? I need creamer. I need to get some onions. I just need a few things from the grocery store. But I went to the dollar store, y'all. I spent $100, and I came out with 100 things, okay? So I showed y'all some of the things in 2 videos. This one, so half of the things in this video, and the other half in an ASMR Dollar Tree video. But let me show you what I bought. It's in my freezer. Let's take a trip to the freezer. I picked up some, they kind of frozen in there. I picked up some egg rolls, veggie egg rolls, some fries. I got like 2 different bags of fries in there, veggie meatballs. I'm so surprised to see these at the freaking dollar store. Got waffles, 2 different kinds of waffles, mozzarella sticks, peppers, and look like cream cheese. That looks so good. Broccoli and cheese. They call snaps, some pretzels. I freaking love these with like mustard. Asparagus at the freaking Dollar Tree. Picked up a few of these. They're not gonna last long because Dream is here. Some peppers. Now this is crazy. I picked up freaking what's this? Salmon? Frozen salmon. I'm gonna grill that from the freaking dollar store. Like, I'm just super. The Dollar Tree is the bomb. I also picked up Danish yogurt. Like, that's crazy. I had me a Danish yogurt this morning. It's pretty good. I'm getting ready to make me some coffee so I can feel a little bit like vibrant, because Nadine was like, when she was talking to me, my eyes look really small. She's like, "Mom, you gotta stop staying up all night." I do. I need to be getting me some sleep. I'll probably get me some sleep as soon as we finish walking, if I don't go to the grocery store. If I go to the grocery store, I'm not even putting no food up when I get back. I'm going to hit the sack. Like, seriously. I picked these up from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to snack on these this morning for breakfast. I'm starving right now.
I found these at the Dollar Tree too. Oh, look, this color is so pretty. Nadine has a really pretty dress that matches this color. These for Nadine and also myself for like when she want to do my nails. I love this lavender. It's like a purple and then lavender. It's so pretty. It could go either way. And this right here is like a pale lavender. It's so freaking gorgeous. Red, of course. So when I get my feet done, oh, that's what I need to do, go get my feet done. I think I'm going to take my red Whitney and go get my feet done. It was too cute, y'all. This is the LA Colors, okay? LA Colors at the Dollar Tree for $1. Cute. Look. Oh, girl, that is so cute.
Hey y'all, I'm chilling out. I decided not to go walking because I'm sleepy. Nadine's out there walking. She says she's gonna try to go around 4 times. I figure I will talk to y'all a little bit. I feel like I should take a nap. Go to sleep for a little while. I feel like my eyes are closing. Things dry, but they're good. I love peanut butter crackers. I thought I heard something, but I guess it's the cars going past and it makes like the truck move. Me and Nadine watched a movie the other night together. I've been thinking about this movie. This movie is such a shocker. I know y'all like to talk about movies and stuff like that and TV show. I keep asking me to talk about The Affair. I'm going to talk about it, but I need to go back just to like watch a couple of episodes, refresh my memory like with the names because I can't remember everybody's name. The Affair was a trip. I was mad at the fact that I had to buy season 2 subscription. What, Showtime or something? This movie is called, it's either Unsaid or The Unsaid. SAID. Okay. I'm going to try to start from the beginning. And you have to see the movie for yourself. I think it was on Netflix. If it wasn't on Netflix, it was on demand. I'm sure you're still going to like the movie if you go see it yourself. Because I'll mix stuff around and I might get names wrong. And if I don't remember the name, I'm just calling them what they are. Boy, girl, woman, man. It was a boy. He was playing with a ball, like racket ball. Nadine going around again. Okay, she made it around one time. He was playing, like I said, racquetball. The mom told him that they had to go to his sister's show or something at school. She was singing. He went upstairs to his room and he was just throwing the racquetball back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the mom wanted the father to tell him that he had to come. The father went to his room and basically he was still playing the ball and asked him did he want to talk. His son said no. He didn't want to go. He just wanted to stay at home. I was thinking to myself at the time, they should have made him go. Because he looked like that he was depressed or had anxiety. He looked like something was bothering him. And they should have took him with them and talked to him on the way to wherever they was going. The little girl, which is his sister, came in the bedroom and she said, "You okay?" And he didn't say nothing. And just kept playing with that racquetball, playing with that racquetball. And little girl and her parents went to the show. She sung. She did good. While they was gone, The boy looked like he went to his mother's bathroom cabinet and he took a couple of her pills. I said, well, maybe that's what he's doing. He's doing drugs. But then he looked like he grabbed the beer. I said, And he went out the door. I said, well, you're about to start driving while he done had something to drink and some pills. Well, he went to the garage and he took like a screwdriver and he closed the garage down and he pushed the screwdriver up against the wall and this little lock hole. So basically where you wouldn't be able, somebody from the outside wouldn't be able to get inside of the garage. He turned the car on and he took a pole from the gas tank and put it inside the car. And he got inside the car. When the parents got home, the mom and daughter went inside. It was raining on the way home. The mom and daughter went inside. They rushed inside the house. And the dad was calling the son. The mom came outside. She's like, hey, have you seen such and such? I can't remember his name, y'all. He was like, no. So he said, hey, he said, I'm going to park the car. He went to go park the car in the garage, hit his thing, and the garage wouldn't come up. Okay, Digger Nadine, that's her second time around, y'all. So let me try to get some of this story time in. Wherever I leave off at, y'all can go see, y'all can watch Netflix yourself, check out the movie, whatever. You know, just telling y'all about it. Because the movie was interesting. The dad finally just said, okay, the garage is not coming up. So he got out the car and he kept trying to get the garage up. But then he smelled gas or whatever that was. So he broke the door window and he got into the garage. And he pulled the boy out the car. And when I tell you, the dad screamed and cried like it was no tomorrow. That was one of the saddest scenes that I ever seen in my life. When the daughter and mom came running, they were just like, oh no, oh no, oh no. It was just so sad. I'm watching a squirrel, y'all. He out here picking his acorns. Dad tried to get him CPR. Couldn't bring him back. That's so sad. 3 years passed. The dad showed up late to like his job or something, where he was like a psychiatrist or into psychology, something like that. And he was like very popular or something. He done grew the full beard. He looked rugged. He looked like he'd been through a lot. He was talking about body language. How you could identify some things, what some people do with their body language when you talking to them or ask a question. There was one girl came up there, sat in a chair, and she was in one chair, he was in another chair. And he would ask her all these questions, but then he started getting deep. She was really answering all the questions. Then he started talking about her dad, and she would tense up. And he started going deep, like personal. I would think if her dad messed around with her as a child, and she couldn't speak, and that's what he was telling his class. All about her body language. So I was like, interesting, because I don't really watch people body language. I probably should. You probably could learn a lot from a person in their body language. He went home. I'm trying to remember like the details of the movies. His daughter called him. And the daughter had grew up. She was no longer like 12, 13. Now she's like 16. And she had like a roughneck type boyfriend. Or a trouble kid boyfriend or something like that. And her car broke down. And she was hanging around like a bunch of like, seemed like kids that would be trouble. So she called her dad and told him that she wanted to use his car. Could she come get it? And he said, yeah. And he kept telling her he would come get her. She didn't want him to come get her. Like she was like, no, Dad, no, no, no. I just calling you, say I want to use your car. She didn't want him to come pick her up or nothing like that. Finally talked to him. He asked her about the mom. And was seeing someone else. So that tells me that they couldn't handle their son's death. That broke them up. They were no longer together. He went back. I was going to say he went back to work, but actually it was that day. He was leaving work to go home. The girl that he talked to in the chair with the body language, she came up to him and she was asking him a lot of questions, and she asked him could he look at a file of a kid that she was working with. And he was like, no. He didn't want to do it. He begged him to have a long conversation. At the end of it, he said, okay, I'll look at the file. When he got home, he threw the file away. He threw it right in the trash. Okay, y'all. I'm going to have to stop right here because Nadine's done. I'll be back. I'll try to finish some of it for you. I ain't going to leave you hanging. I'm tired.
I just wanna write a love song, but I can't. Too much heartbreak, my babe. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you got the Chile straw. You gonna drink that with coffee though?
No, it's not coffee. It's pina colada fruit drink. Yeah. I'm getting ready to chill out. I'm finally home. Got my little blankie and I'm tired. No, drink. Just take a good slurp. Okay.
That's a long one.
It tastes like a long slurp. How it tastes?
Muy bueno.
Do you know what kind it is?
Pina colada, delicioso.
Okay, where I left off at. Okay, so after he threw the boy's file in the garbage, he had basically, I think he sat down. I don't remember if he was, I think he was having some type of like fast meal, like a microwave meal or something like that. But he sat down and he had just got off the phone with his daughter, and he was just, you know, thinking about, you know, everything that was going on with his daughter. He was thinking about his son that had passed away, and he looked at the folder and he went ahead and took it out of the trash. Now in this folder, he was looking at the files. It showed him as a little boy. Not him, it showed the boy as a little boy, like around maybe, I'm thinking somewhere around 10. And the little boy was being pulled away, I believe by either like police or detectives, and the little boy just was in shock from seeing his mom in like a pool of blood. Looked like she has been beaten to death. And he saw the pictures of the mom all over the kitchen floor, and then he saw the pictures of the boy's dad being arrested. I'm using the Hydro Boost, putting some moisture back in my face after, you know, my shower and everything. He decided to go visit the boy, but now the boy was now like a young man, somewhere around the age of his daughter. And when he went to go visit the young man was very, I want to say, he wasn't what you expected. He was just very nice. He just seemed like a very, very good kid. Seemed like, you know, matter of fact, he was inside of a home. At the time, I didn't know what kind of home it was. I just thought it was maybe like he was working in a kitchen, because basically that's every time he went to go visit him, he was working in the kitchen, like making soup or cutting up food or something like that. So I just thought he was working in the kitchen, but it turned out to be a home, which I found out later on in the story that it was some type of home for troubled kids, or some type of maybe mental home, something like that, or something, but it was a home for troubled kids. He was just trying to observe and try to figure out, did what happened to this kid's mother have an impact on him, and they were supposed to be trying to help him so that he could move forward in his life and I think be on his own. The psychiatrist, which is the guy, he started kind of taking a liking to the young man. He started visiting him quite often, and the young man had so many traits like his son, and he recognized something in the young man like he recognized in his son. He knew that something was definitely wrong or going on with this young man. I'm using Neutrogena Anti-Aging Wrinkle Moisturizer. Yes. Don't need that much. I'm just going to use a little. His daughter had picked up his car. So his daughter had his car. So when it was time for him to go and he was done with the young man, the daughter was outside in the car and she was playing some type of music overly loud. I mean, it reminded me of, you know, when someone's playing music, you just feel like they want someone to know what kind of music they're listening to, or they want some type of attention. That's how loud it was. The music was loud. The dad came out of the building. The young man walked him out, and the first thing he saw was the dad's daughter. And she was just kind of like looking over at him and, you know, giving him the eye, kind of like flirting with him a little bit. And he looking at her. He just like got this small smirk on his face like, I see you. That's how it was. So the dad gets in the car and the dad said something about the music was loud or turn the station or something like that. And, you know, like teenagers, she was like, what are you doing with that, what are you doing with that guy? And he's like, oh, I'm helping him. For what? He could be a psychopath or something. So that's what she said. She said, he could be a psychopath. Oh my God. And I didn't even think that way. I did not think that way when I saw the movie. For some reason, I just didn't think the guy could be a psychopath. But the daughter said it. I'm using my new moisturizer by Mir. It's called the Mir Choice Tropical Morning Sweet Oil and Honey in this moisturizing, you know, sealing cream. Yeah, so I use it for my hair, and smells so good. This stuff is so good. This stuff is like $17, $18, so I'm not gonna use a lot. I promised my daughter that I would try to stretch it, but my hair eats so fast. No matter what I put in it, it eats it, and it gets dry really, really, really fast. So I have to keep it moisturized. The next scene, let me see if I can remember, y'all. Okay, I'm trying to get y'all the details of this movie. And if you just coming in, the movie is called The Unsaid. The Unsaid, okay? I think the next day, the young lady that approached him with the boys forward folder is working with him. She asked him what he think, and he was saying, I don't know him. I don't know. I mean, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the kid. I don't see nothing going on with the kid. And basically he was saying he didn't want to work with the kid. Like, he got his own thing going on, and you know, he just ain't really, like, he just not there right now. And she was like asking him to please, like, just keep trying. It's important. It's gonna really help the kid. She just feel like there's more to him, but it's hard to get through to him. No one can seem to really get through to this kid. She feel like he could do it. So he decides to go to the prison to see the boy's dad, okay? The boy's dad who killed his mama, okay? Now, when the dad came, the dad told the man, like, 'cause the dad had been in jail, I think, for like probably for about 6 years now, 6 or 7 years. And he had not seen his son. His son had not visited him. He didn't want to talk about his son. He didn't even want to talk about his situation. And the man was saying, well, look, I'm just trying to help your son. I just really, really want to help him. So the dad, he said, I just want to know what happened. What happened that night that his mom died? Can you tell me the details? The dad said he had came home from work. And when he came home from work, he put down his briefcase and he saw wine glasses on the table. He was calling out to his wife to let her know that he was home. And he kind of heard some noise. Then all of a sudden, the wife came out the room. She had on this sexy little robe. She closed it, and it was like she didn't even have enough time to put on no clothes or nothing. And she was like, oh, you home. And he was like, what's going on? So because it had 2 wine glasses on the table, half drinking, he ran in the bedroom and he saw a window up. That's what he told the guy. He saw a window up, and he said he saw the guy running half naked through the backyard, and he lost it on the wife. He said he mentally lost it, and he killed her. He kept hitting her, and he couldn't stop. He tried to stop himself, but his mind snapped, and that's how he ended up killing the wife. This is so thick. Hold on. Okay, I'm using Camilla Rose extra moisturizer into every strand of my hair as I get it ready. He said he ended up killing her. He didn't mean for his son to see it. He said his son wasn't there, because the guy asked, was your son there when you killed your wife? And he said no, he was at school and he wasn't supposed to see it, but he snapped. His son had ran up from school and basically ran into the house, and he saw his mother laying there in this pool of blood. And he said he felt bad, but he snapped. He did murder his wife. So the man showed him a picture of his son, because his son that grew up, and the man looked at his son and he said, hey, do me a favor. tell my son I don't never want to see him again. Don't come here. So the man was like, kind of like, the psychiatrist was like, kind of, why you don't want to see your son? I mean, this young man is in the world alone. He don't have no mother. He don't have no dad. He don't have no support system. Why you don't want to ever see your son again? And the man asked the guards to come get him, and he was gone. Okay, so I think because of that, the psychiatrist took on more liking towards the boy, you know, because he felt like, I think because they had something in common, because he lost his son, and this young man lost his family, you know, they start kind of like connecting somewhat way. His daughter went to a party, a crazy party, with her boyfriend. And at this party, I guess she came after her boyfriend, and she didn't have a car, so I guess she walked to the party. But when she got there, the party was packed. It was like a warehouse packed with kids. They were doing drinking, drugs, kissing, making out. What was they doing? What was they not doing? Nothing. They was doing everything, okay? So she sees her boyfriend, okay? Child, this boy was all over this female as if he didn't have a girlfriend. He was all over another female. And the girl looked up, because they was like on a, I don't want to say a balcony, but a upper level. But it was a big warehouse where there was like no walls. And he up there dancing to the music, kissing and rubbing on this girl. But he was all over this other chick. Child, that little girl saw that and she got so mad. So she went to her friends. Okay, yeah, she came to the party with her friends. So she went to her friends and she was like, I need to go. And her friends was like, we just got here. And she was like, I want to go now. And they was like, no, we just got here. So she started moving through the party, trying to leave there. Now, let me take you back to earlier. The young man had a friend, and at the boys' home that he lived in, told him, hey, they got this party going on. It's going to be great. Let's go to this party. So they snuck out the house when everything was shut down. They snuck out. And when they got to the party, it was this girl saw him. She was like, hey, don't I know you? Aren't you from such and such? And he was like, yeah. And he was just looking at her, and she was like, so you want to party? You want to get with me? And he just kind of like moving through the party. And he don't really want to be bothered. It was like he was anti-social. He was just moving through the party, just looking at everybody, but he wasn't really trying to be like, hey, girl, what's up, girl? He wasn't trying to do none of that. He was just trying to move through the party. So she jumped in front of him, and she asked him, did he want to, I think, smoke or do some type of drugs and something. And he said something to her, and they left the party. Went outside. So then the young girl was like really attracted to him. She was a cute little Caucasian girl, had two little ponytails in her head and had a little cute little outfit on, and she was studying, like really throwing herself at this young man, and he was like kind of like nonchalant, trying to kind of like ignore her. But then she was like, something like, she said something to him like, do you want to have sex or something? And he was like, no, or something like that. Like trying to tell her like, he don't have nothing against her, but he didn't, he didn't want to have sex or nothing with her. So she grabbed his crouch. And she said, you don't want me? And he took her, snatched her up, and they was at like outside near like a train track. Threw her up against the train track. And I was like, dang, the way he snatched her up, they didn't show him do anything to her. I said, I bet you, she said, dang, I better stop throwing myself at these guys. And this guy is sensitive. So that's all we saw. And then I saw him back at the party, but I didn't see the young lady. So I never knew what happened to the young lady. He was back in the party without her. So then while the girl, now let's get back, the young lady was trying to remove her through the party and get the heck out of there. He saw her and he said to her, he called her the psychiatrist's name, I can't remember, daughter. And he was like, so you're such and such daughter? And she was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, I'm so and so. So she was like, yeah, I know who you are. And she just had an attitude, but she was mad. So she kept on asking people for a ride home. And that's when he said, so he looked at her, he said, I'll walk you home. She was like, it's a long way. He said, it's okay, let's go. So they started leaving the building and he started to walk her home. And they were, you know, conversating. So on the way home, they was going past her old house. And she was telling him, she stopped and looked at it. He said, what's wrong? She said, that's my old house. He said, come on, let's go inside. You want to see inside? She was like, no. He's like, come on, come on. So she was like, okay, let's go inside. So they went inside the old house. And in the old house, she started like she started reminiscing about the past. And she started telling him, you know, little things about her family. So she got to her brother's room and she started telling him, you know, her brother, that was her brother's room. He killed himself. And he said, how? So she said, oh, in the garage. She gave him details. So when he went to the room, there was markings on the wall. And she said the markings reminded her of her brother, how he loved playing, what is that, racquetball or handball with his dad, and he would throw, and he said and the boy was like, well, what about the dad? Did the dad love it? And she said, oh yeah, he loved it. It's just giving him details about her family. So the next day, it had another scene when the psychiatrist came to visit the young man. And he told him, hey, you know, I went to go see your dad. And the young man was like, a little like, why would you go see my father? Like, for what? My dad don't care about me. He don't love me. He don't want nothing to do with me. And the man was like, I'm just trying to help you. And the young boy was like trying to keep his cool and composure all the time because his goal was to get the heck out of that place that he was in. That was his goal. The young man told him, said, well, after he calmed down, he was like, I want to show you something. So he took the psychiatrist to like the gym room. And in the gym room, they had this bucket with all these different balls, like basketball, football, baseball, all these different kind of balls. And he kept digging. And then the psychiatrist man was like, what you looking for? And he found the blue ball that looked just like the same ball the psychiatrist's son used to play. And he was like, you want to play handball? So the father was like, okay. So the father and him, they was playing handball. They was going hard. And at one point, now I was thinking, okay, the father was hearing things. Because at one point, they was playing so hard. The young man said something like, it might not be the right words, but it was something like this. I won, Dad. And the dad was running at the ball. He stopped, kind of like frozen, like. But then the psychiatrist was like, okay, no. Okay. So then when he looked at the young man.
Okay, so let me start off where I left off at. Yeah, the young man literally sound like he called him dad. And the psychologist was just like in like shock, and he was like saying to himself, I'm losing it. And he was starting to feel like can't do this, I can't do this. So he went to go talk to the lady who asked him to look at the case. That it's normal to kind of see something that in someone else that remind you of your son, you know. So, you know, he continued on to see the young man. Yet the psychologist didn't know that he began dating his daughter. And the daughter didn't even tell her dad that she was dating him. Her and the young man were like getting closer. And one night she was out with him and she told him that she liked him. And when she went to go kiss him, he like squeezed up, he like flinched, like he was holding his fist. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share, share, share. Add to your playlist. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, night, whatever it is for you. And I will see you in the next video.
So where can we listen to some of these amazing sounds?
You can find me at www.ASMRTheChew.com, and you can follow all my social media at ASMRTheChew.
Testing 1 2 1 2. It's been a long day. You just wanna go away. You can't sleep at night, and now I'm here. I can't promise tomorrow, but you're gonna feel out today. We can tangle it away. Now I'm here.